578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
What feels great to do is absolutely free, can be done by yourself, and yet no one ever mentions it.
It's the Alan Cox Show
on the Buzzard.
WMMS.
Guardians baseball tonight. They started the series in Kansas City yesterday with an afternooner, and that one was a heartbreaker there. Royals rallied late, but they're not very good, so, any given Monday that can happen. Tonight they will play the second of three, 7:40 tonight in Kansas City. You'll hear it here in full on MMS. Pre-game coverage starts around 7:10, and then they will wrap up tomorrow afternoon in Kansas City. They'll come back home for a 4-game stretch against the Orioles. They'll host the Cincinnati Reds and finish the season in Detroit on October the 1st against the Tigers at Comerica Park. But all of it here on MMS and on the iHeartRadio app. Alan, all that talk about Vanna White re-upping, and you neglected to mention who else she was working with. I do realize.
One wheel.
I forgot. I'm sorry. How was St. Louis? Were you were in St. Louis?
I was in St. Charles, which is only
That's suburban St. Louis.
Yes, it's across the river.
Yeah. St. Charles, Illinois? Not St. Charles, Illinois.
No, St. Charles, Missouri.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Like, this weekend of shows was just top to bottom, so much fun.
Did you go to the Arch?
I did not go to the Arch. I went to the Arch last time I was there. I also didn't have a car, so I pretty much stayed in St. Charles. But the shows were awesome. I had this one couple came up to me after the show, and they said they had driven 3.5 hours from Kansas City just to come see me, that they found me on a streaming service like 3 years ago. And like, we've been waiting to see you ever since, blah, blah, blah. So they drove, and they got in the car and drove home that night. So that was super cool. It was...
With respect, did they look insane?
No.
Okay.
Just, some Santoras we got out there. You guys like that? I'm trying it
3.5 hours to see you, and they found you on a streaming service.
Yes. So that was really cool. The shows were packed. I bought some new trendy fall clothes. I'm wearing one of my outfits now. Bought some new shoes.
In St. Louis.
Yeah. Well, they have you... A lot of Funny Bones are in malls, so it's like the equivalent of like a Crocker Park. So it's like an outdoor mall that has a comedy club in it.
Mm-hmm.
So during the days, I walk around, do a little shopping, have a little snack. There was a pool at the place I was staying, so the one day was like 82 and sunny, so I laid out by the pool all day. It was great.
Missouri is the show me state.
Oh, I showed them.
Did you show those people anything?
I showed them.
How did you express your gratitude to those two people? Describe them for me. How old were they? It's a married couple?
Yes.
Okay.
They were probably
man and woman?
Yep, mid-30s. They just kind of seemed like normal people. They're big fans of comedy. They said like comedy is one of their favorite things, like entertainment options to enjoy. So they have some favorite comedians, and they came out to see me, and they were super excited. It seemed pretty normal. They weren't like, there was nothing.
Did they say, hey, next time, could you get a gig in Kansas City?
Well, I told them I would try.
Right.
But
did they come from Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas City, Kansas?
I think Kansas, right? Whichever one Donald Trump talked about.
It splits the city right in the middle. Yeah.
No, that I didn't ask. But yeah, it was a really great weekend. We had so much fun.
Who's we?
Me and the other comics.
You everybody hung out together?
Yeah, they were nice. And what I liked about the comics I was working with is that they didn't talk about comedy the whole time. Like, they had full lives and other things. So, like, we just kind of talked about regular stuff, TV shows and sports and family.
These were local St. Louis comedians?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it was a great time. I did morning radio out there with a good buddy of mine who is also a comic.
Who's that?
So, his name is Rafe Williams.
Okay.
Very, very funny guy from St. Louis.
At The Point? What station was that?
Yes.
Yeah. Friend of mine's on that show.
Rizzo?
Learn.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So she was out that day. And so they're like, hey, come on in. You can sit in for a while because it won't be crowded. Our coworker, isn't in today. And she actually mentioned our show by name.
Yeah, she and I go way back.
I didn't know that because I was obviously, my friend is Rafe, the other comic. And I guess this Learn girl has been on rock radio for like 15 years.
She used to be on
K
KSHE, which is the big, it's like the MMS of St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, I love Mary. I know Alan. Like, I listen to the Alan Cox Show when I can, type of thing. So she was like a fan of our show, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, I was on in St. Louis for a number of years, and so I met a handful of people there. The station I was on is gone, but yeah, the Point's been there for a long, long time. Used to be the Woody Show, which is now syndicated by this company, and they're in L.A. now. But Rizzuto was Woody's co-host.
Oh.
But he's killing it there.
Yeah.
They just re-signed him to like a big deal. So.
Well, the other thing was that I definitely saw a bump over the weekend after doing their show. Like just
it's a big show.
Promoting it and like talking about, and they had the other co-host, his name is Moon something.
They've moved it around a little bit. Like Lauren's only been there for a couple of months. They moved her over to that station from where she was before.
Her and Rafe got hired at the same time.
Yeah.
So they kind of, a few
because
months
they
ago,
had a dude that had been on that show for a long time, and they found out that he had been texting underage girls.
Oh no!
Patrico,
they didn't tell me that.
No, they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna talk. I'm sure they'd like to. That'd be water under the bridge, but
right.
Yeah, there've been a lot of ripples in that program over the past 18 months.
Yeah.
So they had to make short work of that guy, get him out there. And
nobody told me that.
Nope.
But my buddy got a job, so that's kind of cool. You know, he's a very funny comic. He's in a bunch of bands. He's in Goldfinger. He was in Story of the Year. Like he's in nationally touring bands.
Was he in Taking Back Sunday?
No.
That's
This is
guy?
I have a friend who's in Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah.
This is the co-host on the show.
Oh, okay, I got you.
His name is Moon something. I can't
Moon
remember.
Valjean.
Yes, him. Yep. He's yeah, it was a cool like different kind of vibe. It was nice.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, I'm never quite sure what Poundcake envisions his future to be, but that Rizzuto show is a great example of a show made up of co-hosts, former co-hosts. When the main guy splits, the co-hosts are left behind. And so when it's all over for me in showbiz, and Poundcake is left to ponder his next move, it should give him maybe a sense of accomplishment. This may someday be the Poundcake Show.
It might.
Can you envision a world like that?
If I was the alpha of all the co-hosts, sure.
I mean, it's me and Bill. Do you feel the alpha?
Well, it's not. I mean, the alpha. What is the alpha of the co-hosts? What that seems to be a contradiction.
It's just
in
like the bottom bitch of all the co-hosts.
The bottom
like
bitch.
They're all hoes, but one hoe ranks the highest.
But the highest ranked hoe is called a bottom bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
What?
didn't know this, Mary?
No.
You never saw Hustle and Flow?
No.
And
heard of a bottom
Poundcake
bitch?
has said it a billion times too. But okay. Well, there you go.
I never put 2 and 2 together on that one.
Well, now you can't say that anymore.
Now I know.
Yeah.
All right, Poundcake, take control. You're the bottom bitch. Let's do this.
Yeah, what are we talking about, guys?
No.
Never mind. Never mind.
You're the one who's supposed to know.
No. I know when to let go and let someone else take the reins.
See, Poundcake. The thing is, Poundcake is not going to be.
First try.
Poundcake is not going to be the alpha in any situation. He's barely the beta. So
He's the top bitch.
he's Mr. I don't need to be a trailblazer. And I'm not
the
quite.
second mouse gets the cheese.
I'm
I
not
love
quite.
that.
Well, you're not a mouse. You're a man. I'm not quite sure where you go with that mindset, but
I don't know either.
yeah.
You just tossed it immediately.
Immediately.
What
Like
do
someone
you
else.
guys got? Welcome to the Poundcake Show. What do you guys got?
What do you guys got? Yeah, when's there going to be a new Poundcake podcast? By the way, are people clamoring for it?
I'm sure they are.
Why would you be sure they
because
are?
I got a DM on Instagram and one DM
A
on Twitter.
DM. Hey,
One
I got
DM
2
on-
messages. I got 1 message per social media platform.
No.
And they said what? Hey, man, when's the next show?
Big fan of the Poundcake podcast. Hope there's going to be more. And I said, there will.
Got it.
But not this week.
Okay. Okay, well, listen, again, these are all, permutations. Business is a lot different than it used to be, even a few years ago. And so there's all kinds of different opportunities. But the Rizzuto show does very well in St. Louis.
Yeah, definitely. The way that they run their show is weird, though, where I thought it would be a similar format to ours. I thought all talk shows were kind of like, 20 to 25 on, 5 to 10 off for breaks. He does an hour and 15 straight So from 5 or 6 in the morning, whatever time it starts, he does that straight, and then he backloads all of his commercials. So the last hour is like one segment of like 7-minute talk, and the rest of it is commercials.
Yeah, that's terrible programming. They shouldn't do that.
He's been doing it for years. He said it works for them, and that he's been doing
How
it
does
for
45 minutes of commercials work for them?
I mean,
That
I
can't be
asked him. He
right.
said he's been
Yeah,
doing
we do
it.
45
I'm telling
minutes
you,
of commercials an hour.
There's
He's
no.
been doing it for like 9 years that way. Because he said
I feel like you're not explaining a problem.
no, I am 100% explaining it
There's
properly.
no way that any program director would allow that to happen.
Maybe it's not 45 minutes straight, and I feel like it was only like 1 or 2 talking breaks during that last
Do
hour.
they play music?
No. And then everything, it was like 8 to 10-minute chunks of commercials at a time. It was like 3 minutes on, 10 minutes off.
Well, then
4 minutes on, 15 minutes off.
Oh, so they have more stop sets per hour.
Just in that last hour.
They do
Just
3
one.
instead of 2.
No, they did like 5.
But they're real quick like that?
No.
That's weird.
No, you said that the last hour they were real quick.
Wait, stop set is a commercial break.
Yes.
Yes. So the commercial breaks are not.
They're long.
Those are long.
Yeah.
The
But
segments
the
were
segments
short.
were really short.
Yes.
That's weird.
Where they'd come and do like the sports and then go back to a commercial. And then after the commercial, they'd come back and do another little quick Friday leftovers thing. And then they'd go back to a commercial.
Huh.
I thought that was really weird because I was like,
Yeah, no,
oh,
listen,
I've
I mean,
never heard of
if it works for them, but that's, yeah, well, good for them. Alan Poundcake is not the alpha or the beta. He's the master beta. I get it. You get a Poundcake? The master
I do.
beta.
Yeah.
That's what that person was referring to.
He
Yes.
wouldn't be lying.
If you listen to us on iHeartRadio, tell me where you do that, especially if you're outside Ohio. I like to know where people are on the big old map. Always leave us messages there as well.
You just had to play the song again, Alan. The song makes me feel like I'm in a fever dream. Sitting, standing, pooping, peeing. I don't know what's going on, man. Burger King took away the spicy nuggets. Hens just try to play me out when I'm about to go out with this beautiful girl tonight. But you know what? It's all good because I guess Wendy's does have the best nuggets that are spicy around because I think they're the only one with it. I don't know. Love me, love you, hate the show, bye.
Wow.
That was
wow.
a lot. That was a lot.
That was great.
Man, he was the guy who hit us up about the nugs before, right?
Yeah.
Uncompetable.
He's uncompetable guy. That's right. I met him at one of my
Uncompetable.
ticket stops. Yeah.
He was on the cruise too.
Yeah, he got the bug for the sitting song that was playing. Sitting is the upper hill standing.
Oh, I had somebody tell me that they hated
Oh,
this
great
song.
song.
opposite standing. Serenity opposite running around. And sitting is a wonderful thing to do because you sitting. Serenity opposite standing on your head. Serenity opposite hanging from a barber. Sitting is a wonderful thing to do. I got one thing to say. I think that sitting is something that people say it is bad. But you know that sitting is actually good because you deserve to relax. It's kind of like a nap. It's kind of like something else. But it is actually just sitting. Sitting is the opposite of standing. And sitting is the opposite of running around. But you deserve to sit.
You deserve to
I
sit.
love that.
That's great.
That's an
The
earworm.
rolling
No,
of the
I-
tongue. Running
I was
around.
getting my hair cut today, and she does not. She listens to the show, and she does not like that song. She's like, it was kind of funny at first, but then it gave her the. She's like, felt it in her chest. It was like when
Made her mad, like Mary
Yeah.
listening to Depeche Mode.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Doesn't like it at all. Speaking of our Canadian bureau chiefs, there is a woman who's gone viral. She's one of these, grifters, I guess, but she's a wellness influencer. Why use 2 words when you can use 1? And she went viral for saying that optometrists who tell you need glasses are lying.
Oh,
They don't want
all
to tell
right.
you. So listen, I have friends who are optometrists, and I hate to tell them, and I'd rather do it here than to their face. Apparently, you have wasted your life. You have spent years gaining expertise in a scientific pursuit, and according to Yoga Lady here, you don't need those glasses. Samantha Lotus, I'm sure her given name, is a wellness influencer up there in Canada.
What's the one thing that your optometrist doesn't want you to know about? The fact that you do not need glasses. That's right, you may have been told that you need glasses, but that's actually a lie. There are mental, emotional, physical, and even spiritual reasons why you may not be seeing, and I'm here to tell you that that can be healed.
Wow. I mean,
So the reason I had to wear glasses growing up is just emotional distress.
Yep. Yes,
this
it
is also really bad timing for her because I don't think glasses have ever been less expensive than they are now. You know, back in the day, glasses could be a real expense. She says that holistic, multi-dimensional healing methods that are backed by science. Why do people want to have it both ways?
I don't know.
Right? If you're going to go down the, your I can heal your eyes through vibrations. Why then do you want to pretend it's backed by science?
Because maybe it is.
I mean, there might be a scintilla of science in some of these things, but I don't think anybody has come along and said, this woman has blown the glasses industry and the whole entire study of optometry out of the water with her, all you need to do is yoga or whatever it is, her anti-glasses theory. But it also goes to show you how positively niche the influencing game has become too. Because you're really only left with, what kind of influencer are you? I'm an anti-glasses influencer.
My glass.
Like of all kinds? Like when you have a drink, you just pour it into your hands? Or
Yes.
No. The ones on your face.
Fountains only.
Yeah. She says that optometrists are lying. So I guess Big Glass is behind this.
I mean, it all
Big
goes back to
sand,
the chart.
honestly.
It's a big chart.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
No, but Big Chart would want you in an optometrist's office.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Big chart is behind optometry.
Oh. I thought you were saying they were behind what she's talking about.
No. She don't want no letters. She's not doing any eye tests like that. But you still need the eye chart, so eye chart can get in on both sides of it. So they can play both sides of this, so they can really mac the situation.
Huh.
I guess so. Well, she said that she hosted a webinar and about 400 people signed up, and she warned people.
They pay for it?
Yeah, $11 a pop. If you're closed-minded and want to stay a victim,
You always got to be open-minded for their science to work.
Right.
You
Yeah,
always
but
gotta
those
be-
kinds of people love victims. They love being a victim. They love playing a victim. It's not my fault. It's this and that and this.
Of course I couldn't fix your eyes. You're not open-minded enough. You are seeing everything clearly. It's just the way you're actually supposed to see the world is blurry, you idiot.
Might surprise you to know that this woman is a representative for an essential oils company.
No.
What oils are essential? I always hear about these essential oils.
Canola.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Olive.
Yeah.
Love that one.
Yep.
Coconut.
Essential. I mean, crude.
I would say coconut oil is more of a luxury oil.
That's for tanning. Tanning oil.
Sunflower.
Car oil.
Yeah.
Motor oil. That's what it's called.
Car oil. What does your car run on? It runs on car oil.
I had one of those last night. There was a screw in my tire, and we went into my car and we heard it. Like, we heard something, and I got out of the car, and I was like, check the tire wells. And Brian's like, get back in the car. Like, you have no idea where you are or what any of these things are called. It's not a tire well.
I have a screw in one of my tires. I just keep filling it up.
I went and got it taken care of for $35
Yeah,
today.
I got to get in there and do it, but it's not a quick leak. So I've been inflating my tire like once every 2 weeks. And so far it's fine, but I know there's a screw in there.
I have to drive to Cincinnati on Thursday, so I didn't want to be on the highway and have something blow out or something like that. What? Not but.
DJ Jake C. Seeing is the opposite of blindness.
There you go.
That's right.
Sirim is the opposite of standing. Sirim is the opposite of running around.
What about rapeseed oil?
Whoa, no, grape seed oil.
Rapeseed oil.
It's a G, grape.
Rapeseed oil. Isn't that just the other name for canola oil? But it's not, oh, I'm sorry, it's not your preferred nomenclature anymore.
Is there a rapeseed?
Rapeseed? Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Vegetable oil. All right, I got to take a break here. We're going to get some hot celebrity goss from our friend Perez Bilton shortly. Going to talk to my buddy Jesse Joyce, a very funny